Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to see regarding the concept of string data type in Python programming. Generally, in Python programming, we are having different data types like list, tuples, dictionaries. In the same manner, string is also one of the data type. So, which will perform different operations. So, now let us see very briefly regarding what the string is going to do and different string operations in detail. So whatever the character you have written or whatever the thing you have written in a double quotes, the Python will accept it as a string itself. For example, if I write s is equal to m in double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, however it may be, it will consider as a string. Here you can see a syntax s is equal to Durga. I have written Durga in single quote. It will consider as a string. S is equal to Durga. Here I have written in double quotes. It is also considered as a string. You can see here ch is equal to a. I have written a in a single quotes. Type of ch what type of data type it is? It is str defines string. So even though you have given character in a single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes, it will consider as a string only, isn't it? That is what the speciality of the Python programming. Whatever the character, even though you have written character in a quotes, it will consider as a string itself. So here you can observe example S is equal to Durga software solutions. I have written, so here completely I have written in a triple quotes. So the no problem, even it will consider as a triple quotes, also considered as a one of the string operation. So here let us see few examples. What are the valid syntax and what are the invalid syntax? So this is written in single quotes. In next statements are all written in single quotes, but here after this is the single quote was ended. These all the statement was not considered. Why? Because wherever the single quote was started, wherever the single quote was ended, up to this only will consider as a input. These all the text will not be considered. Why? Because the single quote was ended here, so it will not take this end statement, it will take this statement only. That is why it is invalid. So we should not write like that. So you can see this is slash defines that it is a statement. Furthermore, there are more statement you have to read. That's the indication that slash defines. So this statement will be considered. Why? Because this slash defines that there is more sentence or statement you have to take as a input. It defines like that. So double quotes. Inside the double quotes, you can define single quote if you need. If you define triple quotes, inside the triple quotes, you can define double quotes and single quotes. That's the thing we can remember. So here double quotes I have defined. This is single quote symbol. Here inside double quotes I have defined single quote. No problem. It is a valid statement. Here inside a single quote, I have written double quotes and I have not ended double quote. I have written double quote and I have ended single quote. I have written single quote. I have ended. This is also a valid statement. Here you can see I have written single quote. In a single quote, I have written double quotes. In the double quotes, I have written single quote. So this statement is not valid statement. Why? Because here I have started single quote and I have middle I have written one double quote statement. Again I have written single quote statement. Inside a single quote statement, you cannot perform multiple operations. Inside a double quote, you can write double quotes and single quotes. Inside a triple quotes, you can write double quotes and single quote statement. But inside a single quote, you cannot write any other statements except line. That's why it is an invalid statement. So here also double quotes I have written. In the double quotes I have written again double quotes. In the double quotes I have written single quote like that. So in the double quotes you can mention only single quote statements. Inside the double quote you cannot mention double quotes. So the here you have the this statement will not be considered. Why? Because it you have written in comments. So the by again you have written single quotes, it is a valid statement. Why? Because whatever the statements you have written, it is written in a comment sentence. Okay. So this last statement, the Python notes you have written, the is a triple quotes. The Python notes you have written in double quotes. By Durga is a single quote. Very helpful in triple quotes. Triple quotes you have inside a triple quotes you can write single quote or double quote. It is a valid statement. So finally, I want to conclude like what means inside a triple quotes or inside a double quotes. Inside a triple quotes you can mention double quotes. or single quotes. Inside a double quote, you can mention symbol quotes. Inside a single quote, you cannot write any quotes there. So such type of statements only will become valid statements. So how you want to access the strings, whatever you have written, how you can access is here we can perform two types of operations. Here you can perform an addition operation, or you can perform a multiplication operation also. Here you can access the input by the help of an index, or you can access an input by the help of a slice operator also. So here let us see operation. So S is equal to Durga I have written. So in this input, D you have to give index values for our input. D will be 0 index, U will be first index, R will be second index, G will be third index, A will be fourth index. So S of 0 means automatically you are going to get D. S of 1 means U, S of 2 means R, S of 3 means G, S of 4 means A. In the same manner, S of minus 1 means you are going to get A. S of minus 2 means you are going to get G, means reverse manner from right to left. Is it in this manner you are going to call the set of individual characters from the given string. Okay. So if here you can see S of 10, there is our input is the not having a range of 10 variables. So that is why I have got an error here. So this is what a program, whatever the input you have given, based upon the input, it is going to give what is the positive number of index. For example, I have written Srinivas. In the Srinivas, S, the positive index value and negative index value, like that. So let us see. S is equal to input of enter some string. So I am asking a user to enter input. So I is equal to 0 means while performing our task, the index should be 0. It should start our index with a 0 position. So for X in S, whatever the input I am having in in S our input is going to store. So I am moving my input from S to X. So that is why I am writing here print the character presented positive index means here I am writing empty means starting value. The high is equal to 0, no, index started with 0, and negative index means starting value of that side. Format means how that index should calculate. Format I comma I minus len of S means what is the S you are giving input, that length of that input. For example, Srinu, the length of input is 5, like that. Ln of S comma X, that S value is stored in S for me. Here S is stored in X here. You can observe in line number 3. So I is equal to I plus 1 means for each and every character the operation should perform the increment operation, isn't it? So here I am entering some string while performing interpreter compiling the program. So S is equal to input, it is going to ask one string me here. So I am entering a string called Durga. So the character presented a positive index 0 and negative index minus 5 is D. Positive index 0 means this position, negative means you count minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. In that manner, you are going to get the character presented positive index 1 and negative index 4, minus 4 is U. The positive index presented index 2 and negative index minus 3 is R. In this manner, you are going to run the particular program. So the best method to run the program is you note on the complete program in a notepad and you save it with the .py extension, and if we run, the program will be run successful without any problem. So let us take another example to see how to call different characters which are present in a string. So S is equal to learning Python is very easy. I have taken one input. So S is I am calling S of 1 is to 7 of 1 means I am going to call from character 1 to character 7. 1 means I am characting with a space of one variable, means here EARNIN is going to get 1 means what means EAR. I am going to call each and every variable. If I have written 1 is to 7 colon 2, if I have written 2 means what happens is I am going to call 2 to one variable with one variable gap, means if I run the same program, what is the thing I am going to get is ERI. I am going to get. Why? Because it is going to skip one variable. So let us run this program and we can see ideally. So s is equal to, I am going to paste that input. So s of 1 colon 7 colon 1, you are going to get one type of output. So in the same manner, if you write 1 colon 7 colon 2, if you define like this, the output will vary. Why? Because the input, one, it is 1 colon 7 means from first variable to seventh variable it is going to print. In the time interval is 1, there is time interval is 1 means there is no change. If we have 2 means the meaning is that it is going to skip one variable. From 1 to 7, what are the variables I am going to get? N, EAR, NIN. In this input, E is going to print, A is going to skip. Why? Because the time, the variable it is going to, I am asking second variable from that variable. For every first variable, it is going to print second variable of that particular variable. Like that, I am going to get output. So S indicates 1 to 7 means I am going to get 1 to 7. S indicates 1 to 7 to 2 means 1 to 7 it is going to take input, but it is going to print only the second variable. 1 to 7 is to 2 means 2 to colon time intervals I am going to get output. So here S indicates 7 column means the meaning is that from 7th character it is going to print complete input whatever we have given. 7 colon you have not given end value, so it is going to print complete value. So if you give like this, it is going to print complete input from starting values to ending values. This is also the same way of representation is different, but the output will be the same. 11th line number 12 and line number 14 way of representation is different, but the output will be the same. So S colon, the meaning is that is the, take the complete statement but in a reverse order. -1 indicates from reverse, from reverse order you print the particular input. So this is what the different operations that we can do in a given string. So here whatever the input we are taking, here we can perform positive values operation or you can perform negative values operation. That is the thing we have observed in this particular example. So while performing the operation, the beginning value will be 0. The ending value will depends upon the whatever the user given as a input. And in a from negative manner, the beginning value will be -1 and the ending value will be based upon our input. So here in a strings we can perform two mathematical operations, that is plus operation and multiplication operation. So plus operation represents, it is helps for performing concatenation of a given input, and multiplication operation helps for printing the input for a n number of times. So here I am, you can observe this example, print Durga plus soft. So what it is doing, it is merging these two particular different statement and printing as a same statement as Durga soft. So here you can see another example, print Durga into 2 means it is going to print Durga two times. So that is what the operations it can do in a strings. We can perform two multiplication, so two types of operations. So len defines we can calculate the length of our given input. So S is equal to Durga, print len of S means what is the length of S? 5. Du or Ga have 5 characters, so that length of that particular input is 5. So now you observe this input. So this is a program which is going to define whatever the input you have given, it is going to count each and every characters which are present in our input. So first of all, I am writing one input. That input is stored in S. N is equal to len of S means N is going to count what is the length of our S input. I is equal to 0. I have taken I with a 0 value and print forward direction. Means whatever the input I am having, I am printing. Next, while I less than or less than N means I value is less than N value, print S of I means whatever the input I am having in S, I am going to print. End indicates means whatever the statement is ending, you have to print up to n value. I is equal to y plus 1 means it is going to increment each value one character to one character. Next, print backward direction. The same input will be printed from reverse order. Print I is equal to minus 1 means, for example, Srinu I have written, U first will be printed. Minus 1 means R, minus 1 means I. Like that it is going to print in a reverse manner. While I greater than or equal to n, if the input is greater than or equal to n, I am going to print the particular input up to the end value. I is equal to I minus 1 means whatever the input I am having, that value will be printed in a reverse order. So the whatever the program you have written, you can write the same program in this manner also. So first I am taking input, next I am printing, next I am seeing whether I am having any leftover elements in my input. If the elements are leftover, this loop will be repeated. So the same manner I have written for forward direction, the same program for the backward direction. So this is a membership. This concept is a membership concept. The membership concept defines that I am going to write one particular string and I am going to write one character. That now I am going to check whether that particular character is present in that string or not. So S is equal to Durga. So print D in S, whether the letter D is present in my string yes or not. Next, Z in S, whether the particular Z is present in my string Durga or not. So if I write print D in S means I am going to get true. Why? Because the letter D is present in my string yes. So if I write print Z in S means it is going to check whether Z is present in my string Z yes or not. So Z is not present. So I am going to get false. So next S is equal to input of enter main string. It is going to ask one string. Next subs means substring. Substring it is asking. So subs in input of enter substring. Next, if substring in S means whatever the substring is present, if that string is present in main string also, I am going to get subs found in main string. If it is not found, subs it is not found in main string. So let us see output. Next, enter main string. First it is going to ask enter main string. I am writing Srinivas Kumar Palwadi. Enter substring. I am going to write Srinivas. So whether a substring data is present in main string? Yes, Srinivas is present in Srinivas Kumar Palwadi. So I am going to get output as Srinivas is found in main string. So next you can try with else statement also. So enter main string, I have written Srinivas Kumar Palwadi. Enter substring, I have written Java. So here we are going to check whether Java is present in main string. Java is not present in main string. So I'm going to get output as Java is not found in main string. So this is manner we are going to perform the membership operation of our given input. Next, comparison of a string. So we can perform various comparison operations like greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to, whatever the operations are there, we can perform all the comparison operations in our given string. So here I am taking S1 is equal to 1 input. S1 is equal to input of enter first string. I am giving a user to enter the string. Next, S2 is equal to input of enter second string. I am giving another string. If S1 is equal to S2 means whatever the input I have entered in S1 and S2 are same, I am going to get both strings are equal. If S1 is greater than S2, I am going to get one statement. If S1 is less than S2, I am going to get one symbol, one output. Based upon the input whatever you have entered, I am going to get. So now let us see. I have entered first string Srinu, second string Srinu. Both are 5 characters. Both I am going to get equal. First, next out, I am trying in second May. Next, first string I entered is Srinu, second string I entered is Ravi. So both strings are different. Both this string have 5 characters, this string have 4 characters. Both are different. So that's why I am going to have first string is lesser than a second string. Next, first string I have entered Vikram, second string I have entered Anil. So I am going to get first string is greater than second string. Based upon the input, the output is going to vary. So these are the different comparison operations, isn't it? So whatever the string you have written, for example, learning Python programming is very easy. If I have written that particular sentence in that learning Python, in between the learning and Python, I am going to write space. Like that, I am going to have spaces. No? So here, to remove spaces in a input, whatever we have written, we can use a commands like R strip, L strip, strip. We can use these commands. Now let us use these comments and remove the spaces in our strings. R strip is going to helps in removing the spaces which are present in the right side of our string. L strip is going to remove the comments which are present in the left side of a string. Strip is going to remove the comments which are present in right side and left side of our given input. So city is equal to input, enter city name. It is going to ask user. Yes, city is equal to city dot strip. So if city is equal to Hyderabad, print hello Hyderabadi Adab. So if else, here I am using a else if else condition. Here else if SCT is equal to Chennai. If you write a city name as Chennai, hello Madrasi, Vanakkam, I am going to get that particular output. So if I enter a city name as Bangalore, hello Kannadiga, Subodaya, I am going to get that particular output. Apart from these three particular statements, if I enter a city name called Vijayawada or Vizag, I am going to get a output called your entered city is invalid. So this is what the thing we can do. So next, whatever the input we are writing, to find input, to find the particular value in our input, I am going to use find operation, and to find the particular input in particular position, I am going to use index operation. So let us see the example of find and index. So I am for to perform that operation, I am taking an input s is equal learning Python is very easy. So next print s dot find of Python. So here I am doing in that particular input, I am finding whether that Python in value, whether that Python string is present in my input, yes or not. Yes, Python is present. So next print s dot find of Java. So Java is a term I cannot find. So I am going to get, no, I'm not going to get any value. I'm going to get a value as -1. For example, in the first statement, you can see s dot find of Python. I have got Python value where I have found Python is found it index number 9. So I'm going to get 9 value. Next print s dot find of R. So in this particular input, it is going to check whether I'm having R character in my input, complete input or not. If I have, it is going to return in which position I'm going to have R or not. Next, print s dot R find of R means first I have find R in this position. Next it is going to ask again, do you find another R apart from this R? So it is going to give an output called 21. So find is used to helps to find out whatever the input we are giving, that particular input is available in that particular string or particular places or not. So you can here you can see an input s is equal to Durga, Ravi, Praveen, Shiva. So next print s dot find of A. It is I'm going to check whether that particular A value is there or not. Yes, A is there in index number 4. Next print s dot find of A comma 7 comma 15 means from 7 to 15 values whether A is there or not. Yes, A is present in index number 10. Next print s dot find of z comma 7 comma 15 from means from position number 7 to position number 15 whether z is present for me. If z is not present, I am going to get output as -1. If z is present, I am going to get as with which position it is present, I am going to get that particular index value. Next index. So next I am going to write one string s is equal to input of I am entering one string. Next subs means I am going to enter one substring. Next try, I am going to write try method. N is equal to s dot index of substring. Next accept value error. If the input is not present in substring, I am going to get error. Next print substring not found. If it is not found, if it is going to get not found. If it is found, I am going to get output as found. You can see here enter main string. What I have entered learning Python is very easy. Enter substring. What I have entered Python. Whether the substring input is present in main string, yes, Python is there in main string also, so I am going to get as found. You can see another example. Enter main string. Learning Python is very easy. Enter substring HTML. Whether HTML present in main string, no, so that is why I am going to get output as not found. Substring not found. So this is a program which is going to display whether all the positions are whatever the input I have entered, the string, whatever the data I am entered in string, that same data is present in substring or not. For example, if I enter the data Srinivas in main string, if I enter Srinivas in substring also, it is going to give, it is going to say the same Srinivas is there in substring also. For example, if I entered in Srinivas in the main string, if I enter Kumar in substring, the both values are different. So that is why it is going to give an output as not found. So here I am taking one example. S is equal to some set of values. So next I am going to write count the values. Okay. Print S dot count of A means how many A's are there in my input. I am going to count. Next print S dot count of AB means how many AB's are there in my input. Next print S dot count A 3 comma 7 from means from position 3 to position 7 how many A's are present in my input. So this is what I am going to give as input. Based upon the input I am going to get outputs. So here you can replace a string in with one value to the another value. So now let us see. I have written S is equal to learning Python is very difficult. So I have taken one string with one S. My string is stored in S. Now I am writing S1 is equal to, I am taking a new string with name S1. S1 is equal to S dot replace difficult comma easy. Means what is the meaning of that is, in place of difficult replace a word called easy. Now print of S1 means what you are going to get is learning Python is very easy. I am going to get. Let us see this program. Let us try to execute this command. I am going to write print of S1. Learning Python is very easy. So we have replaced. So you can perform the replacement operation like this. So here S is equal to, I have taken some set of values. So here I am taking another value. S1 is equal to S dot replace of A comma B. Means wherever you present A value, in all the places it is going to replace with B. So this is what one more example. So here we have performed, we have checked whether the string is available, whether the particular character is available in our string or not, and we have performed a replace operation, and we have counted how many elements are there in a string. All these operations we have done up to now. So here this is one more example. S is equal to AB, and I have taken S1. S1 is equal to S dot replace of A comma B. Means in place of A, replace a value with B. Next print S dot is available at ID of S. Means whatever the value you have taken in S, it is available in S or not. We are going to check. Next print S1 is available at ID of S1. S1, whatever the data you have taken in S1, it is available or not. It is going to give the ID values in which location identification the particular values are stored. Here these values are based upon the device. So splitting of strings means whatever the string you have written, you can split, you can break out that particular string into n number of partitions based upon our usage. So here I have written S is equal to Srinivas Kumar Palwadi, L is equal to S dot split. I am splitting the L. I am splitting S value. That S value I have stored into L value for X in L. Means whatever the value present in L, I am going to store in X. So I am writing a print of X. So I am going to get each and every, but my complete input to each and every string into a one set of line. You can see Srinivas in one line, Kumar in one line, Palwad in one line. So in next line, I have taken S is equal to 22 to 2018. Next L is equal to S dot split of dash. Means wherever you found a symbol of dash, it is going to split that dash. So Next, I am going to print. So 22 is going to print in one line, 02 is going to print in another line, 2018 is going to print in another line. Next, joining the strings means whatever the string you have written, it is going to join with some any value whatever you have given. So T is equal to Sunny, Bunny, Chinny. So S is equal to, I have taken dash here. You can see I have written in single quotes. Dash dot joint of T. Whatever the input you have taken in T, I am going to join that. Print of S means Sunny dash, Bunny dash, Chinny. I am going to get. How we are joining by the help of dash. In place of dash, whatever the symbol you have read, right? By that particular symbol, you are going to perform the join operation. So here I have taken L is equal to Hyderabad, Singapore, London, Dubai. So I am splitting that particular statement with a colon symbol. Okay, you can print that particular symbol. Here Hyderabad colon Singapore colon London colon Dubai. I am going to get the particular split operation in this particular manner. So here whatever the symbol you have given, based upon the symbol you are going to get split of the values. Next, changing the case of a string means whatever the whatever the string you have written in that particular string. If you are written in uppercase, you can convert to lowercase. If you are written in lowercase, you can convert in uppercase. You can swap the cases, uppercase to lowercase to uppercase, and you can perform the capitalization operations. Means capital letters to small letters and small letters to capital letters. All these things. Now let us see the slice all the operations with an example. Next, S is equal learning Python is very easy. I have taken this example. Next, print S dot upper means I am going to get complete input in a capital letters. Next, print S dot lower. I am going to get complete input in a small letters. Next, print S dot swap case means capital to capital letters we are going to print in small letters. Small letters is going to print in capital letters. In this complete input, only E is written in capital. Here in my output, E only will going to get in small letter. Next, print S dot title. Title defines that in each and every word, first letter is going to get in capital. Next, print S dot capitalize. S dot capitalize is going to define that whatever the input you are giving in the complete input, only the first letter is going to get in capital. There is a lot of difference between a title and capitalize. In a title, each and every word is going to each and every first letter of a word is going to get in capital, but in a capitalize, whatever the input you have given in the complete input, only the first letter is going to get in capital. Checking, so the next concept is whatever the input we are giving, we are going to check whether the starting and ending points of that particular input. So let us see. S is equal to learning Python is very easy. Okay, print S dot starts with learning. Print S dot end with learning. Print S dot end with easy. I have written three statements here. I have written three print statements. So let us see how it is going to work. Print S dot starts with learning. Whether that particular the statement that learning Python is very easy is stored in yes actually. Next, print S dot start with Python is that particular statement yes which is stored in S is starting with learning is the word yes, it is starting with word learning. Yes, correct. Print S dot ends with learning. False, it is ends with easy. Next, print S dot ends with easy. Yes, S dot ends with easy. I'm going to get true, false, true. True, false, true. Based upon the input, it is going to vary. Next, there are a few commands. These are commands helps to check whether they are present in our given input or not. So I have taken an input called print of Durga 786 is ALNUM means here let us going to check these things. Is ALNUM defines it alpha numeric. Next, is alpha means it is an alphabetic order or not. Is digit, whatever the input you have entered, is numbers or not. Is lower, whatever the input you have entered, is small letters or not. Is upper, is capital letters or not. Is title means whatever the input you have entered, the input first letters are capital or not. Next, is space means whatever the input you have given, have you given spaces or not? Okay. Now let us see all the 7 things with examples. Next, print Durga 786 is alpha numeric. Yes, this Durga 786 is having alphabets and numbers. Yes. Print Durga 786 is alpha. No, it is alpha numeric. Why? Because 786 is number. Print Durga is alpha. Yes, it is an alpha. Print Durga is a digit. No, false. 786 is a digit. Yes, it is digit. Print ABC is lower. Yes, it is lower. ABC is lower. No, it is upper. Print 123 is lower. No, 123 it is alphanumeric. Next, print ABC is upper. Yes, it is upper. Print learning Python is easy is title. No, learning Python is easy is not title. Print learning Python is easy is title. Yes, learning Python is easy is title. Why here it is not in title? Why here is title means here you can observe each and every first letter of the word is a capital. Then only we call it as a title. Print dot e space. Do you written space in a quotes? Yes, I have written space. So it is true. So in this manner you can perform small operations which will be based upon your requirement in a while writing a paragraph in a Python. So here I have written a program. Here whatever you have written, based upon the things you have written, you are going to get output. S is equal to input of enter any character. You are entering a character. Next, if S dot is alphanumeric, whatever the character you are entering, it is an alphanumeric. I am going to get output as alphanumeric character. Next, if you are entering a small letter, I am going to get lowercase. If I am entering a capital letter, I am going to get uppercase. If I am entering a digit, I am going to get digit. If I am giving a spaces, it is a space character. If I am not giving any spaces, I am going to get it is non-space character. Means if I here I am using a if else if condition and I am writing the program. So I am going giving a program called 7. I am giving a program called 7. So which is particular in these statements, it is not alphanumeric, it is not alpha character, it is not lowercase, it is not uppercase, it is a digit. So I am going to print this particular statement. I am going to get output as it is a digit. So these are different executions. Okay. So next, formatting the string. So whatever the input you have having with you, based upon that input you can give different formation operations of in our input. So you can see name is equal Durga, salary is equal 10,000, age is equal 48. Okay. I have first here zero index, first index, second index. Okay. I have written dot format name comma salary comma age. So the name is going to assign for the first floor braces. Yeah, salary is going to assign for a second floor brace. Age is going to assign for third floor brace. So this is one way of writing. You can see another way. 0, the salary is 1 and age is 2. Format name comma salary comma age. 0. What is the 0? Name. 1 is salary. 2 is age. Here based upon the index values, the output is going to print. So next, X salary, X, Y, Z I have taken. I am going to give here numbers. Z is equal to age, Y is equal to salary, X is equal to name. Based upon the inputs you have given, the output is going to print. The way of defining is different, but the output will be the same. So this is what the formatting you can perform in your given strings. So while giving a formatting of a strings, you can write the input in a reverse also. For example, if I give an input as Srinivas, if I want that particular input as a reverse manner means S is equal to Srinivas means you can enter like let us try this example. S is equal to you can see whatever the string I have entered, I have what I am writing S colon means starting to ending -1. This value is calculated as -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. So that is why whatever the input I have entered, I got in a reverse manner. So there are the multiple ways of writing. So here in the second way I have used an operation called join reversed of yes, means whatever the input I have taken, I have used a keyword called reversed. Third way is whatever the input I have taken, first I am taking the complete length of the input. After taking the length of the input, I am performing the operation. Next is program for writing a reverse of the input, means first of all I am writing some input. Next I am splitting. Next I am calculating the length of the input. If the length is greater than the 0, I am going to append the values of whatever I have given. I am going to process that. So this is a one way of writing a given input in a reverse order. So this is the program defines that whatever the input you are writing, the way of input will be given in a position manner. First, S is equal input of enter some string, print characters in a even position, means 0 to 2, means whatever the values present in even positions I am going to get. Means if you want to get odd positions, means you have to start index from 1. This is a one way of representing. This is a second way of representing. So here whatever the characters you have written, if you want to print one character from one string and another character from another string, means this is what a program. So I have taken S1 and S2 are two inputs. Whatever the output I am going to get, I am going to get output. Next I and j I am taking two values which are initialized to 0. Next, while I is less than S1 and j is less than S2, what it should be, length should be less than of the same values. So output is equal to output plus S1 of I. Output is equal to output of S2 of J. And means I value is to S1 value is stored in I and S2 value is stored in J. Means the output of S1 and S2 should be printed. So the output is going to display in this following manner. So next here I am taking on one input. Based upon this input I am going to get output. So here whatever the input I am giving, based upon the input the output values is going to varies. These are the different programs where we can try out for the different list values. Next, formatting of a string means based upon the input whatever you are giving. Here you can give whatever the names you are giving. Here you can give either names, or you can give index values, or you can give xyz pq, or whatever the values you want you can give. But whatever the values you have assigned here, you have to assign here also the same values. So while giving a formatting of the values, you can use the terms called D, F, B, O, X, X. D for decimal number, F for float value, B for binary, O for octal values, H for hexadecimal, X for hexadecimal for values. So you can see here, here I have taken 5 column 5D, means whatever the input I am having, I have to get that input in a integer value. That is why I have written D. So here, if we want to float values, means you are going here, you have written F. That indicates that I want in float values. Like that, based upon the input, I am going to get the following format, isn't it? So here in this input print colon 2 3 format is called Durga software. In this particular input, what I want the values up to first three variables only. That is why 0 1 2 I am going to get. So print colon 5 dot 3 means what is the meaning is I am going to print first three values which are present in my given input. Like this, I am going to print the strings by the help of a format method. Format means what format I have given. Based upon that format, it is going to print. So here you can see class person, age is equal 48, name is equal Durga. Print p dot name, age is p dot age. I am going to get uh, Dur- Durga's age is p dot age is 48. So class person, so I have taken class name as person. So defining a person, I have defining a, or I am defining p as a person. So that if you want to define person in a shortcut manner in a format, you have to write here. You can observe here format P is equal person. If you define like that, you can mention, no need to mention person, person, person everywhere. You can write only letter P. If you want to define M in place of person, you can write M is equal person. You can write M dot name, M dot age, like that. Class person, I am defining initial value self name age. Name is equal name, age is equal age. But if you define a values like this, I am going to get output. So these are the different ways of defining the strings whatever you are giving. This is what a complete concept regarding the strings. In the strings we can perform a different operations, like you can concatenate the string, you can replace the string, you can read the string, you can manipulate the string, you can read the complete string, and you can check whether the particular value is present in the string or not, and you can check particular character is present in the string or not, and you can replace with one string to the another string. uh, so there are ultimate number of operations, and you can perform addition of the string, and you can perform printing a string multiple number of times by using star operation, and so on.